TV, she's also managed to write a few best-selling novels. Her latest, Misfortune's Daughters, is in stores now. Please welcome my pal, Joan Collins. Hey, Joni. Oh, that's this one. It's all right. Oh, give me that. Give me that stuff. Guys. Well,
how are you, Tony?
well, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing the cold opening with it. That was quite a shot.
Do you believe that out there? Do you believe the snowstorm we're having?
It looks like Christmas, doesn't it?
I know, exactly like Christmas. And the trees and the park, it's so beautiful. That's why people love New York.
Come to New York. And the gates are still up because they haven't been able to take them down.
The orange schmutters.
Yeah, You didn't particularly care for the gates?
I went under the gates, and after that, I had to take to my bed. I got the most terrible cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I had a little problem with them myself.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know. 2 million visitors, 1 injury. That's all I got to say. Unbelievable. Anyway, so it was great. I saw you the other night. at Elaine's at the Oscar party. But you were on your way out with Percy. Your husband Percy was with you, and you were on your way out. Where were you
we went to Gabriel's. We went to the official, because I'm a member of the Academy, and so we went to the official New York Academy party and watched it on a massive screen.
Right, yeah,
it was an interesting show, don't you think?
It was an interesting show. How was the party? The heck with the show?
Well, it was just...
No, because
it was a dinner party. You know, I was sitting there thinking, my God, we're sitting here eating. You know, we had like a 4-course meal, and those poor people sitting in the theater from 5:30 until 9:30. They didn't have anything to eat, not even water.
Well, that's why the Golden Globes is more fun,
actually, the Golden
because
Globes
it's a party.
Great. I love the Golden Globes.
And you won the Golden Globe. You won the Golden Globe for Best Actress. For Best Actress in Dynasty.
Yes.
That's wild.
Yeah,
so,
and I had rather a good speech, because I thought, I hate those speeches where everybody said, I want to thank my mother and my grandmother and my sister Kate and my daughters and da-da-da-da, and you think, oh my God. So I said, I want to thank Sophia Loren for turning down the part.
Now, you know, everybody knows you from that, but I wasn't aware of this, that you're a big part of Star Trek.
Yeah.
That, in fact, your episode is the most popular episode ever of Star Trek, and it is the one where Kirk and the crew go back into time to the 30s. He falls in love with your character, but then realizes that if he saves you, he changes the course of history. And so he has to watch you die.
Yes, thrown under a truck.
You're under a truck, yeah. And there's and this is like a big Star Trek thing. When have you been to any of the
yes, I went to a convention with Bill Shatner a couple of years ago, and we answered questions, and we met all the Trekkies, and I am the only person that Captain Kirk ever fell in love with.
Is that
the only woman that well, I think he fell in love with a man either.
Yeah, well, you know, and then didn't they make like an action figure of you?
I don't think so.
Yes, they did, actually. Yes, they did. We got it. Here it is. Edith Keller. Look.
Oh, my God.
You know, my crack staff. Let's hear it for my staff. They found this. Isn't that something?
Yeah, just the sort of thing I'm always associated with. Kettles, cooking pots,
yes.
typewriters.
Well, you know, now you got a Golden Globe and a Star Trek figurine.
Thank you.
I can get going. Now, here's another side. You know, in doing the research, another side of you that I don't think people think about you like this, but I'm about to be a grandfather in August. My son and his wife are going to have a baby.
Oh, you've got a lot to look forward to.
And you know that.
Yes.
Because?
I've got 3.
You have 3 grandchildren.
I've got a 6-year-old, a 1-year-old, and a 7-month-old, and they are all adorable. But the 7-month-old lives in New York, so we get to see her.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to imagine Joan Collins as my grandmother. That doesn't make it, you know.
Listen, I mean, you know, you have the best of it.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be...
You absolutely have the best of it. You're not up all night while they scream and yell, while they throw signals over you, all of these and other things.
You can give them back.
Yes.
You can enjoy them and say...
Thank you, Angela and Sasha. They're so lovely. Bye, darling. See you next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to Elaine's.
Yes.
There.
No, they are great.
Well, that's great. That's wonderful. And it's nice that you know they're here, so you can enjoy them.
It is nice, and I can read her passages from my book sometimes.
Yes. Speaking of the book, I was reading the book last night. I have to say, now you know, by the way, called. Well, I'll get to that. this is called Joan Collins. It's called Misfortune's Daughters, and it's very, very entertaining, Joan. I mean, I really.
It's a page turner.
Oh, it really is.
It is
yes.
a page turner.
And,
everybody says that. They can't put it down.
And so, tell us about the premise just a little bit.
Well, the premise is really a dysfunctional family, very, very rich, rather like our monarchy in England, very dysfunctional. And the father, who is a very hard, nasty, bad, evil, rich, but very handsome man, is unable to give love to his daughters. So it's the story of the daughters' search for identity, and each of them in their own way tries to make their father love them, and each of them doesn't succeed. So it's something that people can identify with, because I think everybody is searching for an identity of some kind, particularly when you're young. And that's why it's so important, I think, as a parent, to give your children plenty of love.
Yeah.
And which is what I see that my children give their children. But this father in Misfortune's Daughter, he does not give them love at all. And so consequently, they're quite flawed.
It's really interesting. Now, you have a different way of writing. And how many of these have you written?
Well, this is my 5th novel and my 12th book. I've written 4 beauty books.
I'm amazed. You know, I mean, I know your sister's a friend of mine. Jackie's a dear friend of mine, and of course she's, you know, a prolific writer.
Yes,
my goodness.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that this is your 5th. By the way, it's really fun. It's very entertaining.
Yes.
You get a big kick out of it.
Well, you know, one of the things that I always have believed is that you cannot make a living just by acting alone.
Right.
You know that.
Yes,
I mean, this is acting in a way, but I mean,
you
you're
have to
doing something else.
You got to diversify.
You have to go into something else. So I thought, what am I going to do? Am I going to become a journalist, a fashion designer, a detective? All of those things I wanted to be when I was a child. And I thought, a writer, that's what I want to be.
And then you can be all
of those
people.
And I like it, yeah. And I really, really do love it. And I write in longhand because when I'm writing, the thoughts just flow. And so I write terribly fast. Nobody could. It's shorthand, really. And
you have a different technique than other writers, don't you? Act out the parts.
Oh yes,
Is that what you do?
Yes, I act out all the dialogue of all the different parts. You want to hear?
Yeah, I would love that. How do you?
Just so happens.
How do you do that?
Well, this is one of my characters. Her name is Stefania, and she is an Italian sex pot.
Yeah.
Very, very naughty.
I know her. She's from the neighborhood.
Sorry, no offense to the Italians. Yeah. Now, Atlanta, with your looks, you know, you better be careful. There are predators out there. There are sharks, and I don't mean in the sea. And that's her telling Atlanta. And this is Atlanta, who is talking to her father because she's really upset because she's quite jealous of him. You let Venetia get away with everything, father. You don't care that she's out at nightclubs and sleeping with anyone she fancies. She's got carte blanche for everything she does. She behaves like a slut, and you let her.
Oh. Now, I love, so in other words, your acting ability helps the writing because you can feel what's legitimate.
Well, yes, if it doesn't feel right. Well, actually, this sounds a bit strange sometimes. bit hammy. I want to make it sound like the character would actually speak, so definitely. And also, it's fun.
Yeah,
you know, you don't feel like you're by yourself when you're talking to yourself.
All right, listen, when we come back, Joan's going to do something, like I said, that she's never done on TV before. So, stick around.
Oh!